players who are not playing really fast. What about the seniors section? I think the main matchup between Melik Khachiyan and Maxim Dlugy, there are only 2 moves on the board, 3 moves on the board right now.
They've been taking it easy. They've been taking it easy. Okay.
Wait, what is happening? Is that like a reversed
right?
Slav with an extra tempo for white?
Okay, so Melik's knight f3, and Max played c5. So Max is inviting an open Sicilian. Would you like to play an open Sicilian, e2 to e4? And Melik was probably thinking, well, it's an interesting invitation, but what are we going to get? We're going to get a Richter Rauser? Or do I want to play a ready? I want to play with g3. Or maybe I want to transpose back into some kind of a Grunfeld with c4. So there was Melik thinking about, and he says, you know what? Maybe I can get you into a kind of a Slav, because Max doesn't play Slav. And now Max says, wait a minute, I'm not getting my Grunfeld, I'm not getting my open Sicilian. Now what do I have to play? And literally, they had only played 2 moves. Everybody's in the depth
trying to out-trick the opponent.
Right, and so he said, okay, I'll take the center with d5, d4. Now, this is an invitation to go into an exchange Slav, which, okay, it does have a drawing reputation, but white is the one who has the opening first move, symmetrical position, slight advantage for white. No, said Max, I'm going to play e7, e6, and now you're going to play either a London system or some kind of a Kali system with the pawn on c3. And I love these opening duels where the players try to outfox one another and try to get their opening on the board. By the way, I believe that bishop d7 is the Keres variation of the Ruy Lopez.
Is that how it's called?
I think Paul Keres played a number of games with a5 as well as bishop d7. And more than anybody, he pushed the theory on that one. And interestingly, when we had left it, it was this reverse Murano variation, rook e8. So
you were saying not to capture on e4, right? Not to
capture, but I was saying also you want to control the e5 square, maybe move like queen c7. Rook e8 invites this move, a move that, white played e5, knight g4. If you play knight d7, that kind of makes it easy for me. Knight d7, rook e1, and I can defend the e5 pawn as many times as you can attack it. Knight g4, on the other hand, has a dual purpose, right? It kind of makes it impossible for me to play rook e1. And we have knight b3 on the board, bishop b6, and I'm expecting bishop f4 or queen e2, just defending the pawn on e5.
Not worried about some bishop takes h7?
I'm very worried about bishop takes h7. Why not?
Gives sacrifices?
Why not? Bishop takes h7.
What? I mean, this actually works, doesn't it?
King takes h7,
knight g5.
Knight g5, king back.
Queen captures knight.
Queen takes, knight takes e5.
Queen
h5.
I think Maxim
Queen
just
f6. Evenish? I don't know.
I mean, king is escaping, right? So I'm not checkmating, but it looks like white is doing something dangerous.
Is it because...
Maybe not queen h5, maybe queen g3. But yes, if you have to go queen g3, then at least you're not checkmating. Yeah,
it's a completely different relief, right?
Story, yes.
But it's like you can keep that move in your pocket. Bishop takes h7 check isn't necessarily going away, is it? Can I not begin with queen e2?
But that doesn't really change anything, right? Like bishop h7 is not a threat.
Now that I'm thinking about it, what about if I play knight g5? You have to take, no?
I have to defend my knight.
And check.
King h8?
King
h8.
Let's say
I thought f8.
King, I thought f8 as well.
Okay, let's go.
And then I wanted to put the question to the knights. May I just just let's pursue this a move or two. You're going to have to go back, I'm assuming. I'm assuming knight takes f2 is not a good idea.
Let's try it out.
Why not? So if I
Okay.
take, queen f6,
Queen
Then I
f6,
guess
knight
I
d4.
have to-
so they are stopping me then forever.
I think we have to take that.
All right,
Okay.
so bishop captures rook.
Oops, excuse me. Immediately, right? And king takes. So I've got two pieces.
Let's try to catch that, trap that bishop on h7 somehow.
How does it go?
G6.
Trap me if you can, or is that catch me if you can? G6. Wow, you guys are really asking for.
You do have
You're
some
asking for
tricky
big,
ideas.
Big trouble, right?
Yes, you do have some tricky
The
ideas.
dark
Maybe it's
squares
not-
are so
I'm
weak
not
around the
sure
king. I'm
I
a little
would,
worried. So what if we start with check? Queen f6?
And if
King
I
G1.
move my king? At the moment, I have two pieces for the rook.
And the bishop on c8 is just...
Yeah,
I
let's
would
see if
love
we
the bishop
can't
to
do
be dark
something a little
square.
bit different. Because this is actually a huge game for our senior section. Knight g5. Now, obviously, it's a dual threat, right? I want to take the knight. I want to take the pawn. And that's why this game is so important. Whoever wins this game is going to maintain at least a 1-point advantage. And if Vladimir Kopian and Gregory Kainanov do not win, it will be a 1.5 advantage, which will seem to be huge.
Very solid.
Now, you do have this crazy move, f5. f5 does two things. It stops me from playing queen takes g4, and it stops me from taking on h7. If I take on h7, which is a kind of a cheeky move, you could turn the tables on me,
Right.
and you're the one mating
Fly
me
with
on
the queen
h2
on
and
h4.
f2 and everything else. So maybe f5 en passant, knight takes f6. And why did I play knight g5? I don't know.
And it feels like black is happy now to pursue e5, maybe
Yeah,
e4.
exactly. Very intriguing game going on here, but between Melikset and Max. And guess what? We did see the bishop sacrifice, although, truth be told, it's not really a sacrifice because we're getting the knight, the minor piece back right away. I think, wasn't Christian saying queen h4 instead of queen h5? Anyway, they have reached this position. Intriguing imbalance, but
Don't play knight g6.
and tell
Don't
me
get
why.
tempted. Don't get tempted.
There's a nasty trick, right? Check, and I go bishop. Don't block with the knight because that's mate in one, and you have to block with the rook, and then you're not happy. I'm going to be an exchange up as soon as I defend the knight, like something like this one.
Yeah, I can wait with capturing
But don't
the
play
rook.
knight g6. Highly desired as it might be.
No, that's the big one. That's the big game right there in the senior section. How are you going to stop?
I know. I'm sorry, but I'm just having a brain spasm here. How am I?
So I can play knight c4, right? Can I do
Yes.
Okay.
I guess you can
Thank
do
you. That does defend these. Boy, sometimes you like you don't see it, right? And you do want to play e5, which is good, and you can even agree to a slightly damaged pawn structure by
Yeah, but
queen
once I
h6.
get e5, I'm very happy. The
Exactly.
bishop from c8 is released.
The two bishops
yeah.
and a 3-result game. Let's just jump around the horn. I want to
One
go
question
to the game.
after knight c4.
Oops, sorry.
Can we just stick with that one for once?
Knight
One more
c4,
second.
sure.
Continue this one. Knight d2.
And again, you have to look at this d6 square, right?
You don't have time to take. That's
Right.
that's the key.
I really want to trade queens. I want to go.
And I really want to avoid.
Your knight gets out on c7. Sorry. You can go. My intention was that after knight c4, that I get a tempo. But you get the tempo right back, and your knight does get out on c7.
I mean, even if
Yeah.
he doesn't.
But even
Oh, wait a minute.
yeah, there is
Oh,
a big
it was
shift.
supposed to be 2 pieces. Okay, count. I got to learn to count. So queen f6, knight c4, knight d2, right? So then I guess I'm back to e5 after
E5.
all. Yeah.
Knight takes c4.
Knight takes c4, takes on c4.
Bishop e3.
I'm trying to pretend that I'm not concerned.
I mean,
Are you concerned?
I'm a little concerned,
Right?
actually.
Me too, right? So bishop to e3, inviting.
Come on, trade. Let's trade.
Sorry?
Let's trade.
For
I want you to trade on e3.
No. C4. No.
You're not accepting my trades?
G5 is hanging. So you don't get to take on c4. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Very
Christian,
complex position, right?
Didn't
Yeah.
you have just rook e1 instead of bishop e3? You kept just-
Ooh, that's some tactics, yes.
Ooh.
I
Well.
like the way you're thinking.
But I've now guarded the key square, h7. You're not invading anymore. And maybe the bishop will anchor.
By the way, we have queen h6 on the board.
Let me refresh. And what did you say? Ooh,
Queen h6.
Queen h6. Yeah, there was something about this move that also attracted my eye. In this case, I'm giving up. I'm not sure I like this though. Okay, I'm literally one move away from winning as white. If I could play the move f2, f4 here, I think black's king is toast. So to play f4, I have to, and this is what Bodvinik was talking about, this is what you were talking about, you're a piece up when you're attacking, when you've got bishops of opposite colors, like something
Bishop
like this.
d8?
And, bishop d8, thank
I want
you.
to play f6.
You most certainly do. And you're just in time. Oh, I was so close to playing f4 and getting a full grip. Bishop f8. Oh. Okay, you're off the Thanksgiving dinner list. Nice move. Yeah, I like it. Bishop d8. What do you have for us, Christian? Tournament leaders. It was funny. Back to the game. I was actually thinking Max had the best position he had for a long time because I see this position as in like 2 moves is over. Just knight d4 followed by f3. You maintain. If you can maintain this bishop on f6, forget about it. You're done. You're dusted. And from Max's point of view, he got what he wanted. He got rid of the bishop. You know, okay, he's a pawn down, but he's a big favorite of winning the pawn back, right? Rook takes, bishop takes.
Yeah, I really like this e5 move. Can we maybe go back
Sorry?
a little bit and look at that? So f3?
F3, here.
And now,
F3.
yeah, now e5.
Right.
Because that seems like a really strong response. We are forcing the trade of the bishops.
Exactly. But Melik said he had an idea in mind, and that was related to the move g5. Yes, you can win your pawn back. Rook takes a2, which, by the way, but he's got check. Okay, so now if you take this one, that's a good trade from White's point of view. White's thinking to himself, aha, 2 connected passed pawns. Aren't I happy?
Can I continue? Bishop e6?
Sure. Bishop to e6. Bishop to e6, just to pause. Gosh, that king looks so vulnerable.
You have rook
doesn't
takes
it?
e5, sorry. No, you have rook takes e5. I cannot do that.
Check.
Yeah.
Oops.
But I don't like king takes g5. Can we just go king g7?
Yes, king g7.
Oh, you're going to play
And-
rook f1. No, there's
No.
bishop e6. Okay.
Okay, you're good. The move I would really like to do is knight c1. So my idea is that if you play rook takes b2, you're not
Right.
forced to play rook takes b2. I want to play knight takes e5. That's a dream position, I think, because black's pawn structure is all messed up, right? And white's...
But it's also
harm-
very limited, right? The material is very limited. So maybe I can continue even in that position.
Sure.
Like rook c2 maybe?
Rook c2, so you're tickling my little peshki. Okay, I'm
No, rook
here.
e7, right?
Rook e7.
I'm just trying to say that you're kind of stuck on that pin.
Better
Maybe you're
do s-
not.
Better get off the pin. But you're right. The material if you were to take and
Yeah,
take,
you take,
and
I go up, you take, I take on g5 or maybe rook e2.
yeah,
I might survive, right?
well, that's what I'm saying. Max is probably
Mm-hmm.
happy with his position because he got rid of that bishop on f6, and that was
Right.
huge. Christian, going to throw it back to you, and well, as that was a very nice finish there. The bishops just took over the position. One game remaining in the senior section, as Malik said, versus Max and Dlugy. Max just played a move, frankly, it's so obvious, but at a certain moment right here, in my mind, I had chalked up the win for White because I saw that White is ready to play rook to e7, rook h7, and, well, it's just checkmate, and the pawn is way too slow. Max played the move bishop. I felt like an idiot. Well, I mean, he's still kicking. I mean, if you can play bishop check, defend the h7 square,
Right.
okay, right? Like, blindness. Bishop a4. Put me out of my misery. How should White finish things off? Is it time? Is there a nice finish?
I mean, if there is one, I'm not seeing it right now, to be honest.
Well, you would
I-
love to just like g4, g5, g6, and
Maybe
queen, right?
yeah, if I go g4, I will be happy if you push your pawn forward, right? Because that's going to block the
Then-
diagonal.
Right.
And no
there's
checks for
checks.
you.
And then you're ready.
Yes.
Then you're ready to jump. So
Not that easy, huh?
Not that easy, right? So if you go bishop check, and if you go king f7, I'm not going to push. I'm going to keep giving you checks
I
until
think-
you go to the h5 square,
I'm actually going to push.
and then
No,
I
no,
am
no,
going
no.
to
I'm
push.
going to push
Okay,
myself.
I understand.
That's
I
actually
wanted
better
to-
for black.
I get you. I want to get it to kick the king out though, and play king to h5, and well, this is not so clear. So,
So
jump
first,
in, Christian.
let's put the rook on e7, right?
Well, how do we do that?
In the game position.
In the game
Let's
position.
start with rook e7.
Okay, check.
And now we can pretty much realize that that bishop is not going anywhere else. The pawn is not moving. The d pawn, the one that matters, is not moving. So what I have to do is probably just get out of dodge, king g5 or king h5, and then just push the pawn, right?
So the idea, what Christian is saying, is that as soon as we play d3, we allow mate in one very much, like what happened here.
And you
So
don't
I-
have a lot of good positions for
So
a bishop.
if I go rook
right?
f8, you're just going to...
Rook f8.
I like that move. Kicking, as we
Kicking
say.
and screaming. All right, now I go back. King g5.
King g5 again. I can't. Don't reach for the d3 pawn.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch that.
All right, I'm going to run with the other pawn, b5.
Makes a lot of sense. All right,
But
let's
you kind of-
pick up the pawn.
Oh,
Why
yeah, but
not?
you're going to...
Let's pick up that pawn too.
All right, now I can play d3.
Finally. And
Finally.
now maybe rook d4. Let's go
d4.
behind.
So we've managed to munch the two pawns, and with the threat of rook to d7.
It's a bit frustrating for black, right? Because
Right.
you really want that pawn to finally cross the island and go to d2.
So what
It's
if
just
I'm going to
not
be
happening.
very passive and I will just play rook b8? I know
Yes.
it looks super weird, but I just don't want to
Now
give
I
up
go
that
g4.
pawn.
Now it's time to push the pawn.
Okay, I go
G4.
b5.
Who's first?
Not even
G4.
close. White is ready to mate.
But what you can do, right, is give a check first and then go back. And say that, wait, I don't have how
Where?
to get g6 first.
Bishop d1. No, g5.
No, no, at,
g5
at,
good.
At the end. Yeah, yeah. Keep going.
Oh, sorry.
In the
Uh,
king h5 line.
Yeah. No, rook b8 here.
Okay.
Yes, then we are in the good line. g4, b5, g5, and bishop d1 check.
Bishop d1 check.
And then go back to c2.
And then go back. Yes. Holding on to the light squares,
Hoping,
Hoping.
praying,
praying for a
Hoping
draw.
And praying. And
praying for
wishing.
something. I'm not sure what I'm praying for, but praying for something right now.
Yeah, this looks. Looks terrible, though.
But how do you finish me? Because look, if I get a couple more moves in b4, b3, then
Okay,
I'm happy.
I think I can pick one. Let's say I go knight to g4.
Wait,
Just
what? Okay.
want to go
Can
b4.
maybe even d3 now that you allow me. Do you have any threats?
The idea was that I didn't think you could play d3 because of g6, and I wanted to go check and mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Check
And rook
mate.
f7.
So if you go d2, let me just show Christian what he missed.
No, I didn't miss it.
That's the continuation in that chapter.
I didn't miss anything. No.
So this is, it's not the Arabian mate, Christian, but it's one of those mates.
So I'm going to go b4. No, d3 I was just testing you.
Okay,
Yasser. I was just
so
testing you.
bishop c2, I didn't know. I want to play g6, but if I put my knight on e5, I can play for g6.
So now I go b4.
And now
Now I go b3.
right, and
Now I go b2. Show me the mate.
show me the mate. Okay, let's show him the mate. Where is the mate?
Where is the mate?
Check,
It's a good
check.
check. I have to go there.
check.
That's another good check. I have to go
And
there.
a7, h7.
Or do we want to play knight f6 first?
No, h7.
h7 first? Okay.
One move away.
Oh,
I get my queen.
You do. You queen first.
That's not enough.
No, not enough. Yeah,
That
it's
might
not-
be it. That
it-
actually might be it.
But it feels like there should be a setup that we really like. I'm going to refresh the board because we made some moves for all of this. And bishop a4 on the board. I liked what you were saying. Put the rook on the 7th rank. Keep that pawn honest so that the pawn can never cross d3. So you
I mean,
got
to
check.
give credit where it's due, Christian suggested,
Rook
rook
b8?
e7.
Okay, sorry. Rook, yeah, but I liked it. Put the rook on the on this rank.
I have another idea.
Yes.
I'm going to start with rook f8.
So
Well, the
rook-
bishop is on a4.
No, keep going, keep going, keep
So
going.
rook e7.
Rook e7, bishop c2, king h5, rook f8, so that I force your king, or at least I try to say that I'm forcing the king to g5.
And yeah, we do.
And
have
now I
rook
go
e7.
rook b8 back. Now I'm saying that maybe we'll do the same thing, but with an extra tempo for me. Do I get that extra tempo?
So he's put his king on g5 anyway. So he basically, White is saying, I don't need the g pawn. Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do without the g pawn. Sorry, let me just refresh my. Because he had one setback that was really, really painful.
Right.
He might have been in there with 4 out of 5 because he's a.
And
a
we
rook
see
board.
now like rook g7 threatening, rook h7 checkmate.
By the way, did h7 win as well? It did, right?
So we had this position.
Ooh, nice point.
Not that it matters. I mean, it actually really doesn't
Last
matter.
check for Maxim.
I think king h2 and we see the resignation. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
No way of stopping checkmate.
That's it.
Well done.
Wow.
Bravo. Bravo, Melix. Wow.
Another day, another victory for you. This is a dream first half at the Nationals here. Tell us about your feelings right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm so pleased. Thank you, Christian. It was a difficult game. I had difficulties to prepare because I wasn't sure what to play, like e4, d4, and then I studied a lot of Sicilians. Then somehow I didn't like the positions which could appear like from Scandinavian. I thought, oh my gosh, too much stuff. So let me play something simple, something like just for the game, you know.
And then you guys started thinking as early as move 3.
Right, because I think we both, firstly, I haven't expected at all his move order, all right? I never thought he's going to be playing that way.
c5 first.
Yeah, c5. For some reason, never crossed my mind. It should be because he's a Sicilian player. And then when he invited me to play London, I said, okay, if I play London, that's what he does every day, you know? So there is no way I can play London. And I played just same stuff reversed, you know, played a3, and I said, okay, so no advantage, but let's play on.
This was the first critical
Yeah, I
moment
was surprised,
almost, right?
Christian. I thought after e5 it's supposed to be like an invitation for me to like to attack. I'm like, yeah.
And
But
it seems like everything comes with tempo.
Exactly.
also,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And then when he played that g4, that b3, bishop b6, I couldn't believe. I spent so much time here, but I couldn't find anything decisive.
Right.
Perhaps it wasn't decisive, right?
There was nothing decisive.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
okay.
no,
So
no.
yeah, that's why.
No, I think this is 0.1
I
or
see.
something like
I
that.
see. Yes. Then I found this idea with knight e5, queen h4, queen f6, bishop f4. So my initial plan was to meet bishop c7 with capturing queen e5 and playing f4.
Yes.
Yeah.
This looks good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that's what I'm going to do. And then I said, okay, but what I missed, I told Max as well. I thought when he plays bishop queen h6, I saw the move. I thought I'm playing queen h6, g8, knight e4.
Yes.
Then I realized he does have very nasty move check.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And then I'll take, e5. And then I'm kind of got scared.
Oh yeah, for a good reason. I mean, king h7, rook g8 is coming.
Right. I said, no, I'm not going to play that. I mean, particularly against the Max, because, I mean,
He loves this type of sacrifices.
well, he's an
right?
amazing blitz player, right? And all blitz players are very strong tactically. So I didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because my initial plan for the game was to play dry chess today, just solid positional chess.
Make sure you're not risking too much.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So hg, bishop f6. I was hoping for bishop d8, obviously, but he didn't play.
Right.
So here, okay, e1. Yeah. Actually, I thought king h7 is an accuracy. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I thought bishop d7 was better.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Bishop
Just
d7.
much faster, right? Because he
Exactly.
has this
Yeah.
big
I
threat.
was so concerned about bishop d7. I was honestly concerned.
Did you miss it during the game, or?
I missed when I was going for this position. I missed it. Yeah, but then I saw bishop d7. I think I was going to do
Maybe rook e5 or
knight d4 actually here.
knight d4 here.
Yeah.
okay. And if it takes,
Oh, I was fine with that. CD.
take and bishop
Rook
e5,
e5.
something like rook e5.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
this
I
is
was
good.
hoping for that. I mean, but bishop d7 was definitely the best move. I was scared.
Now you're starting to have something
Well,
to play
yeah.
for something,
well,
right?
F3 I was kind of okay. Now I'm fine. Now I'm
Not only fine, you're playing for-
Yeah. I'm not worse. So e5 take fg, g5. I think that's the only move, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, I can't play slow. Because this
can
is like
go a3 actually.
This is the way how I teach my students. In complex endgame, always play for threats.
But don't worry about the engine too much. I mean,
I don't care
G5
about
is,
engine. Yeah.
is the most natural way of playing, right?
Yeah. G5. Yeah. Check. Yeah. King G7. Yeah. Here. Yeah. This is the critical moment of the game, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Before H4, I could play Rook F1, right? But this is a boring draw.
We were actually looking at specifically this line.
Yeah. It's boring draw.
Just like take.
Yeah. Whatever.
Or like take.
Yeah. Take. Yeah.
then
I said this is like just draw. I don't want to deal with that.
Luckily, it seems like it's
No, but there's something else I saw. It was kind of a line with like equality. So I figured, no, I'm going to play for h4. So rook c3, h5. But I thought the only move rook g3 here. But maybe I'm wrong. This is at least what I was focusing on. And my line was h6, king g7, not f7. I mean rook f7.
king g8.
Yeah, king g8 and then rook f7.
Okay. Rook
Yeah.
takes f7,
Then
knight
take,
f7,
rook e7 check.
and rook e7 check, and okay. Now you're probably.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be drawn.
It's a draw.
probably.
Yeah.
But I thought he must play that. But apparently the computer will show something else. I saw it, right? The bishop b5 move.
Bishop b5. Okay, but this is
Yeah, but
computer
but
chess.
I was very happy when he played because he has lower time than me, and
Yes.
he was lower time and he played bishop 8. I was super happy because this is what I wanted. Take king f2. Here, so actually, I'm not sure if you see this. When I played king f2, it was always trick with knight f7.
Instead of king f2, or
No, king f2.
yes.
The idea was, let's say, if he does anything else, I play the knight f7.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very nice.
he had to protect the back rank.
Uh-huh.
But I think check is bad.
I mean, I think the position is already extremely difficult for him,
Yeah.
right?
So what did I miss? I mean, it says mate in 15. That's what Andrew Hunk told me, my kid.
Tuck, and maybe
My
rook
kid.
e7.
Yeah, he said, coach, you missed this mate. I'm like, what?
Now you're threatening check, knight
Oh my
f6,
God,
and rook
that's
h7.
why- oh.
So
I'm
something
too old
like
for
this.
this.
Clock, clock,
I'm
clock.
too old for this. And you're supposed to be the maid, but yeah.
Okay. King f4 still wins.
Yeah.
I don't think you missed anything. The advantage was still within
Yeah.
grasp.
Yeah.
King g5 was a good move.
Right.
And after that, I think
Yeah.
nothing actually happened for
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
about this.
No, I mean, the end game, I knew this was winning. As soon as I had this setup, I knew this is like lost. I had to be like a little bit, careful, obviously, not to like blunder. But
Obviously, Malik, your shape is amazing right now. How do you maintain that for the second part of the event?
well, I made changes before coming here. I mean, last time I think when I came here, I prepared a lot. I kind of chess-wise, and my brain wasn't, I guess, good enough to actually capitalize what I had to analyze before coming here. This time, I took absolutely off for 6-7 days. I went to Mexico just to chill and
Vacation.
Vacation. My wife told me just try to use this laptop. I'm going to divorce you. So and it worked out.
That always works.
Right. I mean, I spent time with kids, kind of feeling out of energy, and yeah. I mean, yeah, and obviously, honestly, luck, because if I will lose to Novikov, you never know what will happen. I got very lucky against Novikov, so I guess somehow it starts on my side.
For a good tournament, you always need some luck. So
Exactly. Yeah.
that's always the way it goes.
But honestly, I'm pushing every day. I mean, every game.
You are.
Even against Novikov, I could probably play for draw with a6. But I thought, I mean, just I wanted to fight. I wanted to play.
Yeah, you're definitely bringing the fight to the tables. Congratulations
Thank
on
you,
a great
thank you.
victory. We'll see you in a couple of days.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Our congratulations as well. Enjoy the free day, as we will as well.